You look crooked. Are you crooked? I can't tell. What is it that you want to do? Is there something that you've been wanting to learn? Learn the done and dust rule. We are more alike than not. And it's a little disappointing when I know I should be here, but I'm here. That is how I'm going to pivot.
She got attitude.
Good morning. It is time for some new ideas. So, welcome back to my channel. I didn't do pretty much anything this weekend. It wasn't holiday weekend. Did absolutely nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean I lounged all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Now, I was going to just do that anyway because it was a holiday and I needed a break. Did not pick my MacBook up, did not pick my iPad up, barely touched my phone. I really just took a break and it felt good, so good that I couldn't get up this morning. I put some cinnamon in my coffee. I love cinnamon in my coffee. I don't do sugar, I don't do milk. I prefer to do my yoga in the morning, but sometimes it don't always work out that way. And I'm so disciplined in taking care of my needs, or should I say, at least following through with what I set out for myself, that I used to be that had to be done in the morning, had to be done in the morning. I don't do that anymore. If I don't get it done in the morning, I already know there's going to be a session at night before I go to bed. So because today was just a little late waking up, by the time I got myself together, treated my face, it's already, like 8:30. Holding myself accountable to read at least 3 books each month. I'm putting that video together just to tell you about the books that I read, some recommendations. That's something that I wanted to bring to you because sometimes I think people just need to really hear about a book so that they can pick it up and start reading. We're constantly saying we don't have the time, and I made a commitment to myself that I was not going to do that. I was not going to say that I don't have time, because essentially what I'm saying is I don't have time for me, and I want to make time for me. I felt really good getting my content out. That is a good thing. I just got to keep it up now. So, what do I have? I don't really have a whole lot going on. I do have paint exhibit at the College of the Desert on Friday. I may attend that. Considering I don't see anything else on my calendar, that may be good because then I can get some work done during the week, and Fridays are my cleanup day. But the exhibit is like from 10 to 3, so that's not too bad. I can go in the morning, or I can clean up first and go in the afternoon. So that would be a good thing to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stay lounge. Remember this cute outfit that I got from where did I get this from? I got this from Walmart. Remember, I got the black one. I'll show the picture of the black one up here. Remember this? So comfortable. I love the way the sleeves come down. I loved how, very, this is huge. And at the bottom of the foot, see how all this room, so comfortable, super comfortable. It comes all the way up. Well, mine's come all the way up. And then I just have a little bralette. Doesn't have any pockets, but it doesn't need to. It closed now. But when it gets a little warm throughout the day, I just open it up. And then I have a little bralette, which happens just to be the same color. Did not get this at Walmart. I actually already had this. Comfortable. I love the way it sways. Just a really good, comfortable lounge outfit. Like I said, if it gets hot, I can always take this off. And that's it. That's what my Monday is looking like for day one. So I will see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday, April the 2nd. Happy birthday to my tiger. I got up early. Things are moving along. This month, hit the ground running. I did not go to my trail walk today because I had some other priorities that I needed to take care of first. You have to get out of your comfort zone. 50 made it poignant. He basically said, complacency or comfort is a dream killer. And it's so true. For me, the first quarter, more or less that February, March, I did get a little complacent, but that was because I was sick. I was sick, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that it was so much harder for me to come out of that habitual of just not doing anything because I purposely didn't want to push myself when I was sick. But then I got so used to it so fast. I was sick for like what? A total of about a month, really. The equivalence of a month, 30 days. And anything you do, for 30 days or more, it becomes habitual. My balance, needing to pull my balance back into focus. I actually knew that I was off balance. You know how I knew that? Distractions. I have to set a schedule. Regardless, I have to stick to the schedule. I need to have a time on the calendar of you're going to work from 8 to 3 or 8 to 2, whatever, on this day, that day. I need to have a schedule. That is where I feel that I am crossing the boundaries and not getting the things done that I want to get done. You look crooked. Are you crooked? I can't tell. But when I go to edit, I'm going to be mad as if it's not straight. Priorities. Priorities. Let me get up and try to see if I can straighten you out. It's a little chilly in here, so let me grab sweater really, really quickly. Okay. Yeah, this is the heavy one. Keep me warm. Let's set the ambiance. Let's light my YSL candle, Mon Paris. I got this from YSL a few years ago. I actually have like 3 or 4 of them because every time I would order from them, that lipstick that you see me wear all the time, I have a lot of them though. They would always send me a candle. I have maybe 4 of these, and it just smells so super good. By now, you would have seen my quarter 1 book review recommendations. Now, as you know, I read 8 books. So in 1 month, I read 3, and in another month, I read 3, and then I read the 2 that I held myself accountable to. It's amazing to me how when you make time for things that matter to you in your life, because think about it, we are always making time for someone else, making time to make sure this person has X, Y, Z. But then when it's our turn, we make excuses. Believe me, I take care of me. If I'm going to do anything, baby, trust and believe her, this one right here, I'm going to take care of her. So I was taking care of myself and giving myself grace, but you know your limitations, you know your limits, you know what you're capable of. Well, some people don't, but I do. I know what I'm capable of. And it's a little disappointing when I know I should be here, but I'm here. I did a lot this quarter, but I could have done more and I could have been better at some things. If you watch that vlog, you'll remember how all the books I read, they were all colliding with one another. They were all essentially saying the same thing. For me, that's the universe talking to me in all 8 of these books. It ain't no coincidence. I don't even believe in coincidences. So that was the message for me, knowing your boundaries, being disciplined, and consistency, where I am, where I'm trying to go, and how to pivot from that stagnation. When I did my reading, it just kept talking about stagnation. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't really making me feel a whole lot better. I mean, like, this making me feel worse than I already feel because I got that. I already know that. I'm working on it. I didn't want to wait. I ran with it and I started writing things down and I just realized it's talking to me. There's no way all 8 books, different stories, and they all saying basically the same thing. God trying to tell me something. He trying to tell me something. And you got to look for any way those messages get in, whether it's a billboard, whether it is in the form of numbers. I'm a numbers girl. I watch them very closely. Talk about that on another vlog. And just what people say and how I'm moving. I pay attention to all of that because there are signs and we miss most of them. I'm getting hot. Like, what is going on? The hot flashes are kicking in because I was just very chilly. Now I'm hot, but this is heavy. This is really heavy. So I probably should have had something a little thinner. So we'll see if I get chilly. I'll just go get my other sweater and then I'm drinking the hot coffee too. Duh. That's probably what it is. I am going to focus on that slow and steady pace. I'm going to up the pace. I'm out of the slow and steady era, and now I can move up a little more. I can afford to increase the pace at this point because I have been planting the seeds that are around me right now for a very long time. Everything takes time. The trees take time to grow, the flowers. I planted these seeds. I have been feeding them by staying slow and steady and constant in my work. And now it's like I know they're ready to sprout. So that's what I mean when I say it is time for me to increase the pace here. I want to keep that momentum. For me, keeping that momentum, it's so important for me to follow a routine. The routine doesn't have to be exact every day. I know that was not, is that really? Really? Okay, the bananas gotta go because I don't do nothing flying in the house, nothing. Yeah, the bananas gotta go. That's the only fruit that I have that they have to be hovering over. Where do they even come from? Like, anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by the gnat, it better not have gotten in my coffee. Okay, back to what I was stating. When I increase that slow and steady pace, I want to keep the momentum. Keeping the momentum for me is the routine. Making sure, and it's not even the routine, it's more the scheduling than the routine. Making sure that I schedule, making sure I hold myself accountable to that schedule. It's no different from working, okay? Say you work at, I don't know, Target. Your schedule on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is 9 to 5. Okay, you got to keep that schedule. You can't walk in at 8 o'clock. I mean, well, you can, and work only to 4. You got to keep that schedule that they assign to you. That's how they keep things flowing and working. And that's what I mean when I say keep that momentum going. I have to stay disciplined in making sure that those things get done when they're supposed to, because for me, that's how I'm going to keep that momentum. The momentum is part of the motivation, and you get the motivation when you see progress. Seeing progress just gets me even more motivated to keep going. Right now, I need to work with where I am, meet myself where I am. I know I already shouted out my MUA, but I want to shout them out again. Yay! Happy birthday! I'll be around for plenty of more. But if I'm not, you can always come here and know I love you unconditionally. Have a wonderful day. All about you, baby. Okay, so we talked about boundaries. We talked about discipline. For me, boundaries just mean being able to say, no, I can't. I'm not able to do that. I don't have the time. When someone comes to you and asks you for a favor and you really can't do it, but you feel bad or you really want to help and you say that you can when really you can't, I think you do a disservice to them and you. Where are you going to find the time? So now you're going to be struggling trying to figure out how you're going to fit this in to your already overwhelming schedule. And if you don't get it to them in a sufficient manner that they need, you do them a disservice because they could have went somewhere else and got what they needed. I'm good at telling people no, no, and no. What are you doing today? Nothing. Do you want to go? I said nothing. Nothing does not mean I want to go here or go here. Nothing means me. I'm doing me today. That's what nothing means. Remember, this had to be maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Someone had asked me over, I'm not sure if it was a resume or something. No, it was a proposal. And I told them that I would. I totally, because I had so much on my plate, I totally forgot about it. It wasn't until later on, and the person never even said anything to me about it until after. It was a contract they were trying to get. They did, in fact, get the contract. And they were telling me about it. And, I was congratulating them. That is when it came up. And they told me that they were waiting for me to get back to me, but they had to figure it out on their own. And they did, which and essentially is good because sometimes when people have other people around you that can help them with something, they won't depend on themselves because you're there. It's sort of like parents and children. You put them out the house, they ain't got no choice but to figure it out. But as long as they're under your roof and you're paying the bills and you're buying the groceries, they're never going to really know what it's like to live on their own and have to pay bills, because you pay everything. All they have to do is put gas in their car and go on about their day, their work, and hang out. They don't have to worry about any bills. In a sense, it was a good thing for this individual to have to learn to figure it out on their own, and it was successful. So whatever they did, whether they took it to somebody else or whatever, they were successful in getting the contract. Me, on the other hand, I did feel bad because I wasn't in my era of no around that time. I remember I was young, still naive. I just wasn't in my era of no. And it was yes to everything, even if that meant putting what I needed to do for me on the back burner. And I did it for years until the burnout set in and I just couldn't do it anymore. So think about that when you really want to help someone, or you feel bad that maybe they don't have anyone else and you're the only person they have. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I doing them justice if I say yes? Am I crippling them from figuring it out on their own? I know now, but I didn't know then. Boundaries. Make sure that I'm more aware of the boundaries that I set for myself and the boundaries that I set for others. I want to hold them accountable to those boundaries. I don't like to talk on the phone. Text me and see if it's okay to have that conversation. If you call, most likely I'm not going to answer the phone. There are very few people, I can count them on one hand, probably not even all five, that I will answer the phone for when they call. Even if I have the earplugs, if I'm on the phone, I'm distracted. If you know, you know. Those who know me, they know. So there you have it.
No, oh, oh, oh. Oh, no, oh, oh. No, oh, oh, oh. Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. No, oh, oh, oh. And I ain't never gonna stop. Come on, listen to me. I've tried so many times to tell you this is as good as I can be. Why isn't it enough to be faithful and also be the hit of the party? Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell you, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have.
Or do you like this one better? Here's the ruby red, 100% pure.
It is so hard to find good granola without a whole lot of sugar. But look what I found. Not really a Bellini girl, but this is super cute. And Trader Joe has Prosecco. I did try it. It's not that great. However, there are a lot of wines and champagnes and liquors that you can find in Trader Joe for an amazing price. I picked up this Cherry Blossom because it is a Pinot Noir, my favorite, and they always have a special of a particular wine that they want you to try each week. This week, I think it was a white wine. I'm not a white wine drinker, but this is a pretty bottle. I picked up these kettle popcorn. I thought they were cherry, but they're strawberry. Not a problem. They'll work. I was trying to hurry up and get them in the cart before I changed my mind on my way home. Finally home to try this strawberry kettle popcorn, pour a glass of this cherry blossom Pinot Noir, and catch up on the Royals episodes before my event. Okay, so I'm in the car. They are doing way too much. I can't find my clip, so I'm holding this, so I ain't gonna be able to hold it for long. But
go past this light, then at the next one, turn right.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. It's a little bit of a breeze, so even though the weather is like the sun's out and it's a beautiful day, still a little cloudy, but it's comfortable. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I am here. It's windy out here. It's windy. I'm trying to get to this place, but it's beautiful. I mean, you can see cotton balls, as I like to call them, are out. So she told me I needed to walk this way. My car is that way, but you know what? It's a nice day. The sun is shining. I'm a little crooked here. Ugh, I don't have enough in this bag to keep it up. Okay, so she said walk across the street. I gotta be careful because I've never been to this campus before, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And hey, Watermark Center for the Arts. I see it right over there. The grass is nicely cut and green. You see the wind? You see the hood? You see the hood trying to come up? It's windy. You probably can't even hear me because it's so windy. This place is so much more than what I imagined. I didn't realize that a lot of these paintings are from places in and around the Coachella Valley. There's little cards that show you where each photograph is taken. Some of the places I've seen before. This is a no-brainer. 8 palms. It is literally 8 palm trees, or was in that picture that I just showed you. But I was fascinated by some of the places because I have seen some of these places, like the camper, not maybe this particular one, but with the backdrop, I've seen it. This is in 29 Palms. They're calling it a hidden treasure. Some of the landscapes were landscapes that I remember seeing when I went on my hike up to Bob Hope's house. So this is fascinating. And now I understand why this one is a little more expensive, because one of them photos was $8,800. Child, they're very expensive. This is a wash. I've never knew what a wash was until I moved to the Coachella Valley, but this is what we consider a wash, where water just sits and spills over. It was very fascinating. I never saw anything like this, at least if it's out there. It's not something that I've seen, and I thought this was a great exhibit to have. I find it even more fascinating to have been in some of these places that artists just got a chair, I guess, and posted up for hours at a time and just painted away. Fascinating. the art exhibit. It was very nice. The weather is beautiful and windy, as I told you. So I'm glad I have my cape on because it's a nice chill, but not too cold. You know, I have a thin t-shirt on, and when the wind blows, it's kicking up a little bit. Actually, my shoulder bag is keeping the wind from blowing. Well, it's keeping my cape from blowing in my face and over my head. I didn't know that the pieces would be on sale, so it looks like they are local artists. Some of them are NFTs, and some of them are actually pieces that you can buy. Some of them were priced pretty high too. Did you see the prices? Oh yeah, it was a lot. And then there's a student one that's coming. That's what I thought this one was, but it isn't. So I am now walking to my car. I stopped over to show you all the beautiful pieces of the art that were over there. The outdoor art, I absolutely love it. Palm Springs, Palm Desert, the Kenta, Indio, what else? Cathedral City. I've never been to Desert Hot Springs, but Rancho Mirage. All those areas have a lot of outdoor art. It's the thing out here because, you know, it's festival all year long. Well, at least until May, it's festival season. And people are always coming to visit because of the mountains, because of the palm trees. It's just a resort type of town. So they always have something going on, always have some festivals going on. And I absolutely love them. So this was good. It was smaller than I expected, but perfect because I only had 1 hour. I was running a little late because I was contemplating whether I was going to go or not, but it's my only one event this week. And I did it. I went out and it felt good to be out. It feels refreshing to be able to walk around and enjoy this beautiful weather because this past weekend, it was just really not the best. So even though earlier was really, really cold, it's probably about maybe 70 right now. Earlier it was in the 60s and it was cold because there was no sun. So I think it's still a little breezy. You can see the wind. You can see I'm blowing. All my stuff is blowing. But because the sun is shining, it's giving you that warmth. So that's going to do it for me for today. It is Friday and I am on my way back home. Get some more editing done. I'm going to watch some shows. I started watching The Royals right before I came out. And it's a new show. You know, I love The Royals. This is a little more in depth of how they got started, how they lost the throne, how they're keeping the throne. It's pretty exciting. So I will see you on Monday. Peace. I'm at a loss for words. I literally cannot believe it's raining. Like, it's really raining. I left just in time. Wow. Do you hear and see this? Oh my God, I just left the exhibit and thank God I left when I did. It never rains in California, so they tell me, but I'm gonna have a talk with Tone. Sun is still out, but it's getting a little cloudy, so interesting.